Um, I think what made me want to come out was I got tired of showing up in spaces where I felt like I had to leave a certain part of me off the table, and I needed to expedite the process of figuring out like who was around me for me and who was around me for whatever their ideas were of me. In truth, I hadn't experienced like any like ill feelings or anything like that from anybody, but at least from the people who had known. But I wanted to make sure that my artistry and that the life I lived became more and more honest. And I didn't want to live under the threat of being unloved by people who practice loving me, whether it's fans or family or anything. So I just decided to rip the Band-Aid off and say like, fuck it. You know what I mean? If you love me, you love me. And if you don't, you don't. I mean, in truth, the church wasn't, I don't have like a church hurt story. Nobody in church did me wrong or anything like that. What made me leave church or felt like that was the best thing to do was one day I was singing in church and the pastor said something and I saw a person who was a queer person in the front have a visible reaction. The pastor said something along the lines of, no matter who you are, God doesn't care about your identity, your sexuality, any of those things. You're a child of God, right? And they weren't saying it in a way as in to communicate that God loves you no matter what. They were saying it in a way as in to say, if you've settled this identity about yourself, it is not the identity that God gave you. It was essentially like a you need to be born again message. And I saw their reaction, and week after week, this person had kept coming to me, telling me how much I blessed them and how much I impacted them. And I realized I didn't want to be a face. I didn't want to be an ambassador and benefit from the church and things like that, and know that this message is something that I don't stand by. So I thought it was best for me to muster up my integrity and my ethics and say, I actually can't be a part of that. I didn't feel comfortable benefiting from something that hurts people who look and live and, exist the way I do. I feel a lot of things. Like I feel happy that I've been able to inspire people. I'm happy that I've been able to see how many people have watched me over the years. But there's a part of me that's sad to see how this thing that doesn't impact anybody in any way can cause some people real turmoil. In some ways, you start to feel like something about your existence communicates to people that it can communicate something to me that tells me that I'm not worthy of love and that I have to perform for love, and that people only love you under certain contexts. I've had more people act weird and strange to me than I care to admit, but by and large, I've had an overwhelmingly positive reaction. The one thing that's hurt my heart more than anything is seeing people go to people I love and try to start dividing me from my community because of whatever their beliefs are about me. Say it to me, that's cool. Don't go to my family and my friends talking about me and try to draw a wedge between us. That I don't like. So all in all, it's been freeing, but it's been scary. It's been an emotional roller coaster a little bit, if I allow myself to be honest and sit with that. I wasn't able to really understand what my brand or my community as an artist was supposed to be until I came out. Like, I've seen dozens, maybe even hundreds of DMs at this point, and I didn't realize that true influence is rooted in authenticity. I can't be influential in a way where I'm not authentic. Not today. Maybe rewind 20 years ago, that would be possible, but today, not at all. And so, I think for me, now I can build a community that's not just about queer people and my queerness. That's just a part of the story. But I can build a community that's inspiring people to jump from the pond to the sea. You know what I mean? See beyond the horizon. See their life as something bigger than the square parameter that people try to put you in. So I think now I have a better way of connecting with my audience. I think now my audience will have a better viewing lens to see my music and the way I perform and the way I, think. I think now everybody will have a better opportunity to see that, and I have a better opportunity to show everybody that. I say, let's go along for this journey. Like I might hit some bumps in the road, but as I'm trying to build this artistry out and work on this residency in DC right now, come along for the journey. I want you guys to see what happens, see how much it takes to believe in yourself, see how much it takes me to believe in myself. Maybe y'all do, and hopefully that inspires everybody. So of course I want y'all to buy music, come to shows and things like that, but ultimately I hope that when people hear my music or see my shows, that they feel inspired, like they can absolutely do any fucking thing they put their mind to, and that there's nothing that can stop what God has placed in you, what you believe about yourself. It's all about willpower and the courage to just do something that you've never seen done before. So that's what I'm hoping that my audience gets from me. I think I am having to choose to not explain things to people who are not open-minded. So I think for some people, my response now would just be okay. And I realize that there are some people that I'll lose. But the opportunity and the benefit thereof to gain so many followers and so much community and to provide safe spaces for people who exist the same way I do, that was greater than the amount of people that was showing me love. And I also say to all those people who supported me in one area, an era of my life, thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for showing me love. Thank you for believing in me, because something that you deposited in me in that moment gave me courage to stand 10 toes down with where I am now. And if this is the end of our road, that's okay. That's okay. And so I would say thank you. And I hope that if you have any family members or any people who exist the same way I do, that you become open-minded and that your heart is softened to hear and understand them.